Already, you know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling bling body. Calling all the shots, ring.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashana. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, you read the title, so you already know what I'm going to be talking about. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, first of all, not sure if I put it in the title because of YouTube love to demonetize people when you say certain things or whatever, but this person was allegedly is a P, and I personally did hear him say at one point how cute she was and how the job only hires girls if they're super cute, and she's super cute, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's why he got that title in my book. And then let me just describe him. Okay, so for purposes of giving you guys visual. Okay, so he has a lot of piercings and just piercing everywhere, and he also has a lot of tattoos. He is one of them punk rock kind of. He gives me gothic kind of like punk kind of vibe. Okay, so that's describing him, and I'm going to name him. We're going to call him Mama Man. Okay, we're gonna call him Mama Man. Alright, so this person just always have an issue with me. Called me cold at one point, and I was wondering why he called me cold, why he said I was cold. Because it's just like we're at work, like you want affection, like what do you want from me? What do you want? Do you want me to give affection? Like what do you want from me? So apart from him calling me cold, maybe I didn't notice him enough. Like I didn't notice him enough, we didn't interact enough for me to notice any real, well, the instance with the 15-year-old girl, and then there was nothing really because we worked at 2 different locations. I didn't really see him all that much. Okay, so I now got moved to another location where the interaction with him would have been more. So now I'm getting to see this person for who they truly are, and it wasn't giving good person. It was just like very negative. Like he was like very bossy, act like he was the manager, he act like he was like the owner, he act like he was just a weird person. Okay, very weird person. I don't even know how to describe him properly, but I'm going to tell you my experience with this person. If you have an issue, if you're watching this and you have an issue, take it up with God, go pray about it. I don't try to like come and talk to you about anything, because at the end of the day, I know you don't care about me and I don't care about you. I'm just talking about my experiences on my channel. So if you're here watching, you shouldn't even be watching my videos anyways. Like how you leave from work, how you leave from your yard or wherever you are and be on my videos. I don't think you should be watching my videos because we're not friends. I don't like you, you don't like me. I don't think you should be on my videos. So if you're offended by this video, that's solely on you. I'm in my channel so I can discuss and talk about the things that I've experienced, and you shouldn't be here. If you don't like me, you shouldn't be here, period. Okay, so first of all, the first instance that I had with him, okay, so the people that deliver stuff always come and they deliver stuff, but somebody's always there helping them how to pack the stuff and showing them where to put water and whatever. So I've always seen him specifically helping out with the boxes and all of that. So the guys come and my office is in the back, and they knock on the door. They knock on the door and they're like, hey, we're here to deliver the boxes. They needed help. So I go up to the front and he's there, and I'm like, hey, Mama Man, the guys for the delivery is here. And he's like, what does that have to do with me? Who makes you feel like you can talk to me like that? So I'm like, there was a bunch of customers there and he was trying to like be seen. Wait, did he just say that? Like, did he just ask me? First of all, I don't try to have any communication with you. I don't try to have any kind of discussion with these people if I don't have to have any discussion with them. And I was like, don't you always help them with the boxes? Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, don't you always help them with the boxes? And then he was like, when I said that to him, he didn't have an answer, because it was like, are you trying to be seen or something? Because you always help them with the boxes, so you're telling me about tell them to do their job. Like, irritating. So he comes back there, because obviously somebody needed to help them. He comes back there, help them, whatever, and gone about his business. So that's strike one in my... Okay. Next thing he did to me was, one time I went to work and I had on perfume, and he came back there and was like, did you try on every perfume in the store? Like, your perfume is really strong. And I was like, well, I know that, like, if you have certain scents, like, people can be offended by that. So I was just like, I went straight into apologizing, which I should not have done. I was like, oh, it's strong, maybe it's too strong, sorry about that, whatever. He was like, yeah, it's super strong, blah blah blah. And then he was like, that wasn't the issue. The issue was with me. He said, I like when it's not, I like when it's subtle. I like when it's subtle. And I was like, okay, you said whatever, but why are you telling me that you like when it's whatever? I'm not wearing my perfume for you. My perfume is not for you to like. So I was like, why is he saying this? First of all, and the other thing is, I'm married, so why are you saying this? Like, do you think somebody's wearing their perfume to work for you? Like, if you know, like, Jamaican people, them love perfume. Like, we always have on perfume, this other stuff, right? But anyways, he came to me and said that to me. I was like, bitch, nobody is wearing the perfume for you. So you can say what you're saying, but don't include yourself. Like, I like, because I'm not going to try and find the scent that you like. Like, what are you talking about? I wasn't giving like I interested in, like, I don't get what's wrong with these people, but they always make it seem like I'm trying to please them. Like, I'm not trying to please you. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Okay, that pissed me off. I'm trying to not do this video and get like really into it, but yeah, that pissed me off. So whatever else he did to me was, one time I was working at another location. He came to where I was, and he was the only person that came to where I was that day. And all the other days, there was nothing missing. And then he happened to have come that day. He waited until I turned my back to go where the thing was, and then he trying to not give it away, but he now, I don't know if he took it or whatever, but after he left, I was like, why did he wait until I turned my back? And then the next day, somebody was like, left a note and was like, this was missing, blah blah blah. Okay, so I had it in my mind all along that this person more than likely stole this thing, because I find it to be very coincidental the day when you're there, something is missing. So I had my eyebrows raised at that point as well. And so I didn't bring it up to anybody, because I feel like once I say anything to anybody about certain things, I feel like it automatically becomes like I'm trying to make a problem, I'm trying to start something, or I'm immediately, dismissed for having an issue with anything. Or they act like they're listening to you, and then it just doesn't go anywhere apart from that. Okay, so I didn't say anything to anybody. I'm going to show you guys how the exact same reason why I didn't say anything to anybody still ended up playing out. Okay, alright, now to the real setup now. Okay, I'm doing my job, and everything that I did or everything that I do is a part of my job. Okay, so I need a login, right? And this login requires a verification from the owner, or I could ask the verification to be sent to the store. Usually I have them send the verification to the owner, and he would text me the verification code. Okay, so this particular day the owner had told me that he was busy, was on the road. So I was like, he was taking long to respond. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use the store as a verification method. The other thing is, the person that was working the job before me had a phone in the office. they were supposed to put the phone back. They were doing some type of construction and they cut the lines or whatever. So they say, quote unquote, cut the lines. And now I don't have a phone in the office. So this issue could have been avoided if I had a phone in the office. And they keep sending me to this one person, the manager, to get the phone back in the office. And every time he's like, oh, we can't sort it out. But it was sorted out before I was working there. Like the other person that was working there had access to a phone. So if the whoever called, I could have answered the phone and got the verification code and wrote it down. So just letting that be known. So that was something that was kind of like, dude, like I shouldn't have any extra problems getting the code from any of you, because at the end of the day there was supposed to be a phone in the office and you're the reason why there is no phone in the office. So you know, it's giving confusion. It's giving, you're trying to stop me from doing my job and you're trying to make my job harder for me. So any other issue, any other thing that I need, I don't feel like it should be a big deal. Okay, so anyways, now I call and I was like, I called him that morning and I was like, hey, there's going to be a phone call. You're going to get a call from, I told him the institution that was going to call, and I said, you're going to write the code down and when I'm going to call you back after in about a minute, and can you give me that code please? Okay, everybody knows I have access to the logins. Everybody knows that's my job. Everybody knows that's what I do. So this person now called the owner. No, he didn't call the owner. He called the manager. The same manager that was supposed to put the phone back in the office where I wouldn't have to have this encounter at all. So he calls the manager and was like, hey, there's something wrong and she probably is trying to steal the money because this institution called and blah, 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 blah. This has never happened with anybody else when I made that call and said, give me the verification code. But for him, he needed to make a big deal out of it and he called the manager. Okay, the manager now, he knows my job. Okay, at least he's going to have some sense and be like, okay, that's her job anyways. Like, why is he making this stupid call? It's not making any sense. It's giving, do you think she's robbing the place or what? So he didn't do that. He too called the owner. He went from getting that phone call to calling the owner. He didn't even check in with me to be like, hey, what's going on? Like, what if you really have an issue? Because I'm telling you guys, it's no issue. Like, it's my job. Like, what I did was a part of my job. Like, there should be no eyebrows raised. There should have been no red flags because it's my job. That's what I do. Okay, but he felt like he needed to call the owner. So he called the owner and was like, I don't know what's going on, but she's robbing you, and this institution calling me to check in with her because I don't know what's going on. That's what I think it happened, because the owner now calls me. This happened in less than a minute of me making that phone call. The owner calls me and was like, what's going on with this institution? Why are they calling? Like, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. It's the verification code that I would always get from you or get from them that I called Mama Man and asked him. So he called and was like, oh, why are they calling? What's happening? What are you doing? Blah, blah. Mind you, if you don't trust me, like, why you have me working, monitoring all of this? Because I'm in charge of like everything. Like, why you have me doing it if you don't trust me? Like, it's not making any sense. Like, at least wait until there's money missing from you. Like, at least wait until there's something that happened to say, hey, what were you doing? It doesn't make any sense. So he called me and was like, hey, calm down, because he called me so mad. I was like, calm down, because this is what I asked for and I don't know why he would call you. It's not that serious. So it was like, oh, okay, just checking in, blah, blah, blah. You were too quick to do the check-in. Like, you were too quick, and why were you calling me in that tone? So it never sit right with me. So I called back the person at the front and was like, hey, are you trying to insinuate that I'm trying to rob the place? And he was like, I don't care what you want to say. He told me to call if there's anything suspicious. I don't know that you do this and I don't know that you do that. So I made the call. So he was like using the excuse of, I don't know that you're in charge of, like, that's my job title. Like, I don't get it. But okay, you don't know what I do. Fine. But the manager that he made the call to, if out of anybody, knows that I'm in charge of that. So why did you make the call to the owner instead of calling me? And also, he always is saying how this person stinks and how this person this and how this person that. So why are you listening to this person instead of just calling me to verify what happened? Why you go straight to there? I don't get it. It's giving setup. I called another manager and was like, hey, this is what happened. It kind of threw me off, because it's like, if you don't trust me, like, why you have me doing all of this? Like, it's strange. I've never stolen anything. I put that on a lie detector. I've never touched as much as anything, as small as it might be, and I've never stolen anything. So it's just like, what are you doing? Like, and I believe in balance and check. Like, I believe, like, you don't leave everything up to one person. Like, I told the owner that, like, my mother owned businesses and I know how businesses run. Like, I believe in balance and check. But why are you accusing me before anything happened? One, and why didn't the manager cross-check with me first before, if you know this person is always like, it just baffled me, you know. It baffled me. I took it. Did I take it personal? I took it personal. People always say I don't take things personal. It's just person. If you're doing something to me, I'm going to take it personal. That's it. That's it. If you're doing something to me, I'm going to take it personal. Okay, so I called the owner back and was like, hey, like, the way how you jumped on me a while ago, I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. It don't make me feel comfortable. It made me feel some type of way. And he was like, yeah, he doesn't understand. He started like, oh, he doesn't understand like what the whole thing was, so he didn't know that you're supposed to be able to access whatever when everybody knows what my title is and whatever. And even then, like, it's still not making any sense because he went through the manager to call him. Okay, so the manager too knows exactly. It was just like, you knew exactly what I did, and so it's not making any sense. Like, all three of you not making any sense. Like, you're not making any sense. So that was that. And so now I'm like upset. So not upset, I'm just like, damn, that was quick. So anyways, every time, like, if I'm taking out a bad thing, I'm now texting the manager like, hey, and this person sees me, my mom sees me, I'm like, I'm not stealing anything, blah blah blah. So I did that one day now, and the manager comes back there and is like, comes to the office and is like, hey, what's that about? And I was like, I don't want anybody to say I'm stealing anything, so I'm just letting you know. And he came letting you know I'm not trying to steal anything. So he's like, oh, my bad, like, I'm just gonna throw myself under the bus for that one. Like, I was the one that made the call. So I said, I know you're the one that made the call. I was like, okay. And the other thing is, this manager is the one always telling me, remember, 10 things that to experience when you're the only black person in your job or you're working in a predominantly white environment. And one of the things is they always let you know that the cameras are working and they're fixing the cameras, all that. This manager is one of the persons that's always letting me know that the cameras are being fixed, blah blah. So I said, okay, at this point, since this person trying to accuse me of shit and you're the one that actually has stolen something, let me just bring it up. Ideal time, opportune time for me to bring it up. It's been a couple months, but I think I should bring it up, because if you're trying to set me up and I know that more than likely you stole something, you actually stole something, I'm going to bring it up now. I'm not, because I didn't want to make a whole deal and make nobody lose their job or whatever, so I left it alone. So I said to him like, hey, I was missing this thing this day, and can you check the camera? The same camera that you're always telling me is working, and the same camera that you're always telling me is being fixed, can you check the camera? He says the camera is not working. Yes, he says no, the camera is not working. So I'm like thinking to myself, okay, so isn't you always like, but you always tell me so the camera work and the camera is being fixed, or the camera is working and blah blah, and the men are going to be here to fix the camera, blah blah. So how is the camera not working now when it's time for you to find out if this person actually stole or not? He was like, I don't care if you don't want to believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not working, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, what else can I do? It says the camera is not working, but just know that you can't any more talking with me. Like, no, it's just like all pretentious effort is out the window. all the pretentious effort that you're trying to make my life easier, like, do you need help with this, do you need help, all of that is out the window, because the cameras are always working when you needed to let me know that I'm being watched. I didn't mind the cameras, like, I don't care, because the cameras protect me. That's how I always looked at it. The cameras protect me. I'm the one that always asking people to pull the camera off, because people lie. That's what they do. Okay, and people automatically believe the other person over you. So the cameras protect me. I actually like that you have cameras. You're trying to make me uncomfortable, but I'm glad you have cameras for this reason. Recording on my phone, so the angle might have changed a bit, but yeah. So now the cameras don't work, and that's just what it was, and I had to just leave it alone because I made this known to both managers, and it was just like, boop, whatever, we don't care, we're minding our business. And then the thing about it is, it always seems like they don't care when it's like you reporting, like you making an issue known, but every single time, like I said, people coming to me about simple things as small as, you don't talk to the people and they find you intimidating and you need to talk to them. She said she liked your watch and you didn't respond. Like, why didn't you respond? Like, you're so mean, you know? Like, people come to me on personal stuff that shouldn't matter when it comes on to working with people. Like, and then whenever I say something about certain people, like, they're so young, like it doesn't matter, like whatever. But every single time somebody has a complaint, you coming to me and they're asking me, and not just one person, I mean like all of them asking me about the issue, asking me about the person, like constantly bringing it up. And just like, it's not making any sense to me. Like, what's your deal? So it just seems like the issue is really with me. And then people would be like, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Like, how are you gonna tell me something that people are doing to me that I shouldn't take personal? Like, how do I not take something that is being personally done to me personal? I actually think this person stole something from the job. I actually think he did. Can you go ask him about it? No. Are you gonna check the cameras? No, the cameras don't work. The same ones that you always needed to tell me were working. So it just seems like it's, like I said, don't want to make it whatever, but it's very sus. That's all. Like, to be expected, like I said, because that's one of the reasons why I never said anything right away when it happened, because I felt like it's just going to be blown away, and I don't like talking about things that's not going to get anywhere. Like, I don't use my words to just randomly say shit. Like, I'm not going to talk about something if it's not going to get anywhere. If I feel like nothing's going to be done, it's a waste of time. I don't have time to waste. So with my channel now, because I know a lot of people are like, but you talk about this on YouTube or you talk about it on this. For YouTube now, kill like 50 birds with the one stone. So the people that are always begging me shit knows that I don't have it easy. I have to work off my mental capacity to keep a job at every given point, because people always have issues. And also when you're posting constantly, because I've been doing this shit like every time, story time. So my mother is like, oh, you have so much story time. And it's just like, people don't want to hear the negative parts. Like, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to see that. So when you take your time and drift away because I'm telling story times and it might not be something that you want, it's not fluff, you distance yourself. So I get to remove you without having to say remove yourself. Okay, so then one less person asking me for credit, one less person asking me to buy them stuff, one less person asking me to send them money. Because it's never how are you, it's always what's the MTCN. Okay, and I'm tired. So yeah, and then I get to talk about it, so it's not all bottled up inside, so I don't have to explode at any given point, because I'm constantly releasing what is not even bothering me, but like what I would normally tuck away way in the back of some crevice, and then some slight thing happens and I'm just like, da 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 da, leave me alone, blah 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 blah, because I had all this stuff that I wasn't talking about and I didn't know was actually affecting me in some way. So that happens. And then what else? The people that feel like we're in some fake pretentious friendship or relationship, co-workership, knows that I know exactly what's going on and you can stop pretending, or you can continue pretend, but we're going to be pretending together because yeah. And then also, you know what's up. So if there's a case where, oh, we didn't know that this was happening, or we didn't know that she was feeling this way, I've been saying it, and you've been watching, so it's not like you're not watching, because every time I do a story time, people's vibes change. Every time I do a story time, I go in, for example, the one with the 10 things to know when you work in a predominant white environment, 10 things to look out for. I go in, people's vibes change. People are just like, then why are you still here? Like, da 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 da. I said it in the video. If you go anywhere, there's a bunch of, you're going to have those nuances. And it's, if you look on the internet and you say, what should I expect working in a predominantly white environment, you're going to see the same thing people say. That's what people do. And I've been in multiple situations like that. That's what people do. And are you going to get up and leave every job? You're going to look for the good parts. You're going to look for the good parts and stay positive as much as you can, and just do what you need to do to let that portion out, which is my YouTube. So don't ask me why I'm here. Ask yourself, why are you like the way you are? Why can't you adjust the things? And instead of, if somebody says, okay, this is what I've been experiencing, why don't you say, hey, I didn't know I was offending you, or I didn't know this thing was bothering you, I'm sorry. If you're such a good person and you don't have an issue, why don't you simply just apologize or say, hey, I didn't know, whatever? It's because you are not a good person. And the first thing you're going to jump to is, why don't she leave, blah, blah, blah. It's because exactly what I said. There's an issue, you're going to jump on, I'm the one that's wrong and you are right, and why don't I just leave? Why can't you be a decent human being? And it's baffling to me, because when people or tourists come to Jamaica, and I feel like Jamaican people are always so courteous, they're always looking out for you, they're always making sure you're good, you know, and then you come here now outside of your home and it's just like, it's not giving hospitality. It's not giving hospitality. It's giving fake and talk about you behind your back. Fake, and if you have an issue, we dismiss it. Fake, gaslight you, tell you that you're crazy, all that stuff. It's just giving fake, you know? It's just giving fake. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.